piece you've just heard is named Valse by Marie-Auguste Denard. This composition was written just after the Romantic era, which existed roughly between the years 1780 to 1850. The Romantic era preceded the Classical era. Oftentimes, especially in the history of art and music, artists and composers rejected the styles not accepted by the public. For example, early classical composers rejected the ideas of Baroque and completely changed the style of music. This was not the case in the Romantic era, however. Romantic composers used classical style to incorporate into their works. They admired classical artists such as Beethoven, Haydn, and Mozart. The Romantic era style music was rather concrete. However, composers began adding twists to their music. If you listen closely, you can hear 6 short movements within Valse. The beginning starts off the piece with beautifully flowing arpeggios, or notes of a chord played in succession. This was very common in the style of the Romantic era. The next movement is what could be called the chorus. It's repeated several times throughout the composition. This section moves the piece along. Written on the music are the words vivo, meaning lively, with vigor. This piece in particular is played very fast. When I play this section, I always picture a butterfly flapping its wings. It's so light and delicate, yet has such a fast tempo. Preceding this movement is a very similar movement. Its dynamics instruct me to play forte. Forte means loud. After that, the chorus movement is played again. By repeating this movement, it gives a song a feeling of wholeness. From here, we move on to the 4th movement. The entire song is written in 3/4 time, meaning there's 3 beats in a measure, and the quarter note gets 1 beat. Stresses are given to the first beat of each measure. This rhythm is most prevalent during this movement. If you have ever heard someone dancing to a waltz, you can get the idea of what this sounds like. You might have heard them counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, this is exactly what I picture when I play the movement. Beautiful ladies dressed up in ball gowns dancing to waltzes. Again, the song is meant to be light and delicate. The 5th movement begins piano, meaning softly. I'd consider this to be one of the twists of the piece. It has such a different sound from the rest of the song. It directs me to play leggero, meaning quick, nimble, and light. The best way I can explain this is a child tiptoeing up the stairs. It's light and quick and gradually louder as the movement goes on. This technique is called crescendo. The volume increases. As it reaches the climax, it instructs me to play diminuendo, or to get quieter. In my opinion, this gives a song a feeling of fullness. The rest of the movement repeats itself until the end, where there seems to be a symbolic downward decline down the scale. You can feel the piece coming to an end. Overall, I find this composition to be very emotional. It's very joyous and exciting. It was common in the Classical era to either have a happy or sad feeling. However, in the Romantic era, artists began developing ways to include excitement, anger, and several other emotions into their pieces. I hope you enjoyed this piece as much as I did. If you're interested in listening to any other compositions from the Romantic era, consider listening to Brahms, Schumann, or Chopin.